Sports and Vibe Show. I'm your host, MDO. As always, I got my co-host with me, Roham D-Way.
What's going on, good people? Good people, what's going on? Happy Sunday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, we back with another one, man. How you feel about it today, man?
So what now?
How you feel about it today?
Everything, man. I feel good today, man. Shoot, I seen a good game with Dallas and Cavaliers.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? They've been going so far so good. So,
Yeah, I ain't even watching none of the games yet.
Okay.
Try to
How's
watch
your day
some.
been going?
It's been going, bro. Did some cooking, and you know what I'm saying. Just chilling most of the day today.
Yeah,
You know.
same.
Yeah, what it is, bro. Today's Sunday, bro. I'm trying to relax as much as I can, bro.
For sure.
But yeah, we got some good ones today, though, man. Got some real good ones today. As y'all can see, what the topics is today. What is the topic? I forgot all about it too. Hold on. Let me get to this topic real quick. Just make sure we on board with this one, bro. Here we go. All right. So the topic today, man. Magic City Night was canceled. Obviously, the Atlanta Hawks game Magic City Night was canceled. And we also talk this NBA playoffs pictures, man. Looking at the NBA playoffs with the Eastern Conference the Eastern Conference bracket and the Western Conference bracket.
Okay.
Shoot. So what we gonna start with first, we're gonna start with this Eastern Conference, the Eastern Conference playoffs. So basically, as you can see with the Eastern Conference, you know who's sitting all at the top right now. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and read them on out right now. That's sitting at the top right now in the Eastern Conference. You got Detroit Pistons. You got the Boston Celtics sitting in the number 2 spot. You got the New York Knicks in the number 3 spot. You got the Cleveland Cavaliers in the number 4. Number 5, Orlando Magic. Number 6, Toronto Raptors. Number 7, Miami Heat. And number 8, the Atlanta Hawks. So basically, like I was saying on the other episodes, man, the East it's a really tight conference right now. I feel like their playoffs are going to be more entertaining. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Just by the look of it, I'm looking at what the teams is in the top 8 right now. But as far as those other teams, like we was talking about, that can easily shift the playoffs when it pertains to the play-in. Like I told you about the Charlotte Hornets, they the ones that I've been kind of like paying attention real close to lately. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically, I'm gonna say this with the Detroit Pistons, with them sitting up in that top space, that top place right there. I don't think it's gonna be too much no more movement. I'm trying to remember how many more games they got left. I don't even know. Hold on, let me see how many more games they got left. This is shouldn't have that many games.
About 15. It might be about 15.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Well, we ain't worried about it. We just know Detroit probably gonna finish out the season in that number 1 spot. So basically with Detroit being at number 1 spot and Atlanta right now at number 8, that's what it looks like right now in that first round for those two teams. Which that would be pretty interesting. Don't get me wrong. I think the Detroit Pistons are gonna they're gonna do their thing like they've been doing all season. That physical Detroit Pistons defense, and they got a nice little solid offense. As you can see, Chad Cunningham running that offense the way he does, and also he got what his name, Doran, the center that's in the paint, play some real physical defense, and got a nice offensive game in that post.
Yeah,
which Atlanta, they definitely got. Atlanta kind of, we gonna say this, they picking it up. They're picking it up.
But you got to think about it, like that's gonna be. I still call that a coin flip, because you got to look at it now that Atlanta got a new and improved offense. They added some more things or some more weapons to the team. And you can see now they've been on a 9-game run. So as you can see, it's a flip of a coin if they keep playing at that type of level. And then you got to think about it. You know what I mean? You're looking at 7 games. So depending on how the first game go, or depending on how these coaches draw up their plans on how to go against each other, you know what I mean? I still think it's a flip of a coin, and that's why I like the East and how it stands now, because you know what I mean, each game is a toss up. You can't really sit here and say, this person gonna take the whole thing in the playoffs. Each lineup in this playoff right now are real contenders to go to that conference championship. Now, when it goes to the NBA championship, you know what I mean, that there is that I really don't know. You know?
I'm gonna say this. Hold on, before we go even further. All right,
Right.
we got 72 people in here right now. We need everybody to like and subscribe to the show. It helps with the visibility of the show. We appreciate everyone that's in here right now. Like I said, like and subscribe to the show. It helps with the visibility of the show, man. We appreciate everybody that's in here.
Yeah, man. Don't be scared to hit that button, man. It's okay.
But yeah, definitely. But that 1-8 in the Eastern Conference with the Hawks and the Detroit Pistons playing each other. I'm gonna say this, and looking at the Hawks right now, they on a 9-game winning streak. A 9-game winning streak, bro. Now they on fire right now. Now we know we've been hearing a lot about the Spurs over in the West, but as far as in the East right now, the Atlanta Hawks on a 9-game winning streak, and then you got the Orlando. Well, we're gonna get to them in a minute. But as far as the Detroit Pistons, though, they're on a 3-game winning streak. So going into the playoffs, I don't know what it's going to be like with them playing in the playoffs. Like I said, because Atlanta Hawks, they kind of still, I'm going to say, they kind of still building chemistry, because you seen how the lineup done shifted, you know what I'm saying, since that trade deadline and everything done happened. But I like it. I like that. I like that matchup, though. That 1-8.
You got to look at it, too. They both are great defensive teams at this point. That's what's going to be the Achilles heel, depending on who comes to play that night. Because you're looking at Alexander and the way he plays, looking at Dyson, how he plays. Then you got to look at how they're playing in the paint too. You know what I mean? And you got to look at that whole lineup, man. If you looked at the last game, man, they played so much of great defense, dog. It was like, man, it's about to be a real shakeup if they play against Detroit. And I think everybody's scared to really go up against Atlanta, to be honest. And it's just not me just saying it because I'm from there, I'm a fan. It's more so me saying it just looking at the game and how they evolve. You know what I mean? And everybody playing defense. You know what I mean? I don't want to keep, talking down on Trae Young, but you can see when you have a whole cohesive team that's willing to play defense and put that first, you know what I mean? Or either just play both sides of the ball in general. You see how the whole chemistry and the way the team play and the outcome when it comes to the wins. You know what I mean? You just see the difference. So, you know what I mean? Salute to the Hawks, salute to that series if that's what it comes to. I think the Hawks gonna move up some more.
Yeah, they will make some moves. We got 109 people in here right now. Shout out to y'all. Welcome.
Yeah, salute.
Like I said,
Happy Sunday, good people. Happy Sunday.
Like I said, like and subscribe to the show. Helps with the visibility of the show. Welcome. But yeah, that matchup with the Detroit and Atlanta Hawks, that's gonna be an entertaining one right there for the first round. That's gonna be good on the East. I'll definitely like it, but I don't think that's gonna sit like this for too long. If the Hawks stay on this winning streak, they probably gonna move up to number 7. Because right now the Miami Heat, they're 38 and 30 right now. The Atlanta Hawks is 36 and 31. So they still kind of got a couple of games back. But I think if Atlanta Hawks stay on this winning streak like they doing, they're gonna move up to that seven spot. Now, we're gonna say this. So that's what it looks like right now for what the Eastern Conference for the that 1 and 8 spot. Now that 2 and 7 spot, you got the Boston Celtics, who's 44-23 right now. They will be matching up with the Miami Heat at this moment if the playoffs was today. So that's another somewhat good one, I would say. But I would say this: I think the Boston Celtics definitely they're gonna run over them though. I really believe they'll run over them.
Yeah.
The Miami Heat, they're an okay team. They will come to compete. I just think they still missing some pieces over there. Don't get me wrong, Bam, he's gonna come in, he's gonna produce like he does. You still got other key players over there like Hero, he does his thing. But I think it's the inconsistency sometimes with Hero some games. Like, he has some games he'll have a good little spark, but then he had those games that'd be like, dang, bro, what is this? You 12 points today, 13 today, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then you gotta look at it, man. Like I said, it ain't gonna be no 83 point type of game again. Not
Yeah.
against Boston, you know what I mean? Especially with Jaylen Brown out there leading the squad too. So then Tatum, he kind of trying to find his way and coming to his own. But I must say, nobody ever speaks on that boy White. Derek White, that man plays both sides of the ball, man, and he's been effective too the last couple of games. So I really don't see. I really just see I hate to call it a sweep, but if it comes to that, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if Boston go a straight 4-0 for that series. I wouldn't be surprised because I don't think Miami got enough weapons to really hold off what Boston has over there. But
Yeah.
when I look at Boston lineup too, I don't want to say they just only got 5 players, but right now you're looking at a good effective 7. So if they can stay healthy, you know what I mean, I think they'll go for a 4-0 against Miami.
It could be a clean sweep. I think it would be. Just because, like I said, I just think their team still is missing some stuff over there. But they will come compete. Now, if it's not just an obvious sweep, it's most likely would be a gentleman sweep, which they'll be 4-1. But yeah, I think that's gonna be a tough. It's gonna be a nice. We ain't gonna say tough. It's gonna be a nice second round. Not second round, but 2 and 7. You know what I'm saying? Spot right there. Next we gonna go to is this 3? I think it's 3 and 6. So the 3 and 6 spot. So that's the one. This will be New York Knicks. They 43-25. They'll be playing against the Toronto Raptors. At that, they 37-29. And that one is a little tricky. And the only reason why I say that because the Toronto Raptors, they've been having games where they've really been picking up the pace. They ain't really had games where they've been blowed out to a point where it's like you can tell it's like some weakness there a lot of times. I think they only trouble would be staying healthy. Scotty Barnes, he be having some of his games they have him sitting out for whatever reason. Bi, another one, Brandon Ingram. You got the players over there that kind of they're consistent, but I just feel like most of them, like if somebody get hurt, it kind of throws off everything with that roster.
Yeah, it does. It does. But they got a nice one with that boy Quickly though.
Yeah, Quickly,
he's still a weapon now.
Yeah, Quickly, he picks it up too. But that's what I'm saying. It's just more of that rotation. Losing one player in that rotation kind of hurt their whole lineup though.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that's the only thing with Toronto, I feel like. But the New York Knicks on the other end, the New York Knicks, they game. They've been gamed for the last 2 years now. Maybe I think it is. So they've been trying to get to this Eastern Conference Finals and get to the doggone championship. The last 3 years now. Now this year, it's going to be kind of tough trying to get there now with you seeing the Detroit Pistons arriving the way they did and the Boston Celtics where they at right now.
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother thing that they got to worry about now. And also, you can't forget the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's another team they got to worry about.
Yeah. But Cleveland just fell to Dallas today. Cleveland wasn't looking too good, man. You know what I mean? As it like I said, they still working on their chemistry with getting James Harden.
Mhm.
But man, you can't be falling to no Dallas, man. Not right now. You know what I mean? Dallas already don't have all the players they got a lot of injured players too. Um, but right now you cannot be falling to that type of talent. You know what I mean? Especially with all the talent they got. And you playing with majority of your starting five. I think
Mhm.
right now Jared Allen is out. He's injured right now. But man, you can't be losing. You can't be losing no Dallas right now. And you got majority of your starting lineup. Like if people, because they just played Dallas yesterday and won, then they played them today and lost. So that's already telling you how a playoff look can go. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You win the first game, and then you come the next game and you lose. Now you got to think about it. If you go in 7 games and somebody able to pick you apart just that quick, that's going to be
Mm.
a hard series for Cleveland. But I still feel like there's some real contenders just because they line up. They got a real nice lineup if they get their chemistry together. You know what I mean? They got a real nice lineup for sure.
Yeah. I just think, like I said, with you said Dallas beat them today. They coming
Yeah.
down to these last couple of games of the season. You know how some teams, and don't get me wrong, I don't really recommend teams try to sit they players out as much just to give them a break. Because I know you're getting close to the playoffs, but you still got to kind of compete. You want to still put something out there that's gonna let y'all still win these games or give your team a chance to win these games. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So Cleveland case, they kind of sitting in that what they at, in the third spot, I believe they in right now.
Mm-hmm.
No, they actually in fourth, but they're sitting in that fourth spot. As y'all know, they started the season out hot. I think there was
Mm-hmm.
like number one or something at one point. I'm trying to remember if I remember there was number one at one point during the season.
Yeah, they started off with a good streak
Yeah,
going.
so my thing is, to me, Cleveland looked like the favorite to, you know what I'm saying, make it all the way to the Eastern Conference Final and probably be that team that's in the finals this year.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, right now, as we looking, the East is real entertaining. A lot of back and forth going on. We don't know where most of these teams gonna be sitting at by the time these playoffs get here. Right now, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, I'm looking at what the actual bracket looks like right now, and it just look like I said on the other show, between that six, seven, and eight spot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it's gonna be a lot of ins and outs probably there. I think Orlando Magic's they're gonna be sitting well still there for a moment. They 38
Mm-hmm.
and 28 right now. They on a 7 game win streak too.
But see, you got to look at it too. Although you're saying like you ain't talking about sitting players out, man. It's all about momentum,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to build up that momentum because let's say you go on a cold streak, and you know what I mean you ain't taking these games serious leading into the playoffs. That cold streak can go straight into the playoffs with you, and it'll be hard to get yourself back in that rhythm.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? We seen that happen with Miami that year, I believe, with Denver won the championship. And Miami wasn't even the favors to even get past the first round. And they took it all the way down to the final. So and that just coming out the momentum from the season leading into the playoffs. So if you thinking you want to slack off or you know what I mean, you don't want to play at the top of your game leading to the playoff, man, that can affect your team, that can affect the chemistry. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, you know what I mean, and especially like if you made those trades that you got on your team, like James Harden, like with the Hawks, acquiring those players. Now you gotta keep working within the chemistry you got, and you can't take your foot off the gas because, like I said, that leads off into the playoff, and then that's still you learning the next man up situation and learning your teammate that you acquired too. So I don't think anybody should be taking no slack off, or you know what I mean, taking any other team lightly, especially the ones like I said, one with the losing record. If you can't come out there and dominate and, and in that game with a sweeping fashion, and that's gonna be some issues in the playoff with you when you play against teams that are real contenders too. So, you know what I mean? Like I say, no disrespect to these NBA players, like always. Hey, y'all still top tier talents, but it's a difference between elite and average. You know what I mean? I really see it that way.
Yeah, but that spot gonna be tough. Most, like I said, most of the East it looks real tight to me, man. Who else it is, man? So you got the Cleveland Cavaliers, 41-26 right now. In that fourth spot, and they'll be playing against the Orlando Magic that's in that fifth spot. They're 38-28. So now this is the one that's going to be interesting. Just talking about Cleveland, this one is going to be interesting because you talking about an Orlando Magic team that literally they got a lot of stuff they can bring, you know what I'm saying, to the table in order to compete with the Cleveland Cavaliers or any of these teams that's in the East. To be honest, they kind of, like I said when I was speaking on the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets, Orlando Magics, Atlanta Hawks, those three teams right there, literally can change up the whole landscape of the playoffs.
Right.
They literally can because they actually got a lot of pieces on each team where they can hurt you in a lot of spots. Even though they don't look like how Detroit Pistons are looking or the Boston Celtics are looking or the New York Knicks are looking like right now. But they got a lot of potential where they can actually do some damage in these playoffs.
Yeah.
So Cleveland. So Cleveland. Yeah, so Cleveland, they really got a lot of work to do in order to. I don't know if they even have a chance to move up some more spots. If the New York Knicks lose a couple more games and they can avoid running into the Orlando Magic. But if Cleveland end up playing them in that spot right in that 4 and 5 spot right here, it's gonna be a problem with that one right there. I can see Orlando knocking them off, to be honest. And don't get me wrong, I like what Cleveland's doing though this season two as well. But listen, Orlando, just like I said about the Charlotte Hornets, those two teams right there, they literally they mirror each other a whole lot depending on what you're looking at with them teams.
Yeah.
And they can hurt you in a lot of spots.
Yeah, and Orlando, like if you look at Ponchero, when he played, I think it was roughly a season ago, season 4 last, before he got injured, man, that dude was putting up 30 pieces easily. You know what I mean? If he catch fire again and leading into the playoffs, man, that can be a super dangerous situation for a lot of other teams. Because that dude there is very talented, man. I ain't gonna lie. If he really catches his rhythm and groove again, man, he can be a monster. You know what I mean? He been having a couple of off and on games. But like I say, if he catches his rhythm going into the playoffs, I don't know if he taking some slack off to kind of preserve himself for the playoffs. But one thing I can say, the NBA heats up, and shoot, if you're playing at 100, man, you might want to be at 125. You know what I mean? 125% going into the playoffs, man, because that's what you see in the game. That's when you see the real talent is exposed, and people coming out playing real hard during the playoffs. So I like when I want to see when the playoffs come along and see if these players really playing up to their skill level or be playing down the whole season. So I can't wait to see what goes on with the Eastern Conference. Like I like them better than the West.
Talking about the Eastern Conference?
Yeah, I like them better than the West.
I can't really say that. I did at first. I know I said that at one moment, but then when I look at this West again, it's kind of like, yeah, this West this gonna be an interesting doggone playoffs in the West, man.
So first, chat, y'all put down there at the bottom of which one y'all in favor of, the East or the West. Which one is y'all favorite conference this season? I really want to know. I really want to know who y'all rooting for or who y'all interested in seeing, you know what I mean, make it to the NBA Finals going into these playoffs. in the next couple of games or whatnot.
Yeah,
So that's what I want to hear. But go on right ahead with it.
Yeah, so we talking about the West right now. So since we already talking about the West, we finna go on into that part of it. So the Western Conference.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, in the Western Conference playoffs, you got at this point right now anyway, you got Oklahoma City Thunder at 1, you got San Antonio Spurs at 2, you got the Los Angeles Lakers at 3, you got the Houston Rockets at 4, you got the Minnesota Timberwolves at 5, you got the Denver Nuggets at 6, you got the Phoenix Suns at 7, and the LA Clippers. You make sure, update this thing on here, make sure this is still correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you got the LA Clippers sitting at 8. Sitting at 8.
That's gonna be a good matchup.
So
in LA.
see now you talking about the LA Clippers playing Oklahoma City Thunder at 1 and 2, and which I'm gonna say this. I think Oklahoma's gonna close this out at number 1. I think they are. San Antonio, they've been on that run. They had that long little winning streak run for a moment till they took a L. But let's see, look at this real quick. But looking at the Oklahoma City Thunder, they on a 9-1 in the last 10 right now. So I think Oklahoma they sitting real pretty at that number 1 spot right now. I can see that. I can see that. My team is Golden State, but I have zero hope for them making it, and they keep disappointing me. Yeah, and I wouldn't mind seeing the Phoenix Suns back after having so much bad run. The winner will come out in the West. Yeah, that's true. So the Golden State definitely, and I'm gonna say this again, that's another team that's sitting down in that little space that is kind of like a throw up. So if LA Clippers slip up and mess up, they can lose that spot. But definitely, Golden State is gonna be in that play in, most likely. But they're gonna have a hard time coming out of there. I can tell you that much.
Yeah,
you still
looking at they ain't dropping buckets, man.
Yeah, no, Kawhi doing his thing, but you still looking at teams like Portland that's still sitting down and they still pushing, trying to get in that spot. So it's kind of like the West right now. They ain't tight, but you got teams in there that's a threat, and you know what I mean. So it can go either way with them down there too.
Yeah, Drew Holiday been going crazy, man. You ain't been seeing that man's number. He's getting in playoff mode now. So it's gonna be real tough for Golden State. You know, I don't know if Stephen Curry gonna be out. I don't know how long his injury is, but man, it's gonna be tough for Golden State to pull something out, man. Like a rabbit out of the hat if they go into the playoffs, especially to play in. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
it's gonna be rough. And then if you end up in that 8th, I know they're gonna sweep. I know they're gonna get swept by OKC. Now the Clippers, I feel the Clippers got a better chance because you got Kawhi. When you got Kawhi, man, like I say, that's one guy that's already gonna give you a good 25 to 30 points a game. You know what I mean? And then you acquired a point guard from Cleveland, Darius Garland. So you just got him. So I already know his skill level. He's pretty nice in the playoffs too. So like I said, they acquired a couple of nice pieces, and then they just had the power forward come back. I can't think of his goddamn name right now, too, man. Jesus Christ.
All right, so we got 106. We got 106 people in here right now. Need everybody to like and subscribe to the show. It helps with the visibility of the show. Like I always say, we appreciate everybody in here. Like and subscribe, man. It'll help with the visibility of the show.
Please. We appreciate all y'all coming in on this Sunday.
Appreciate it. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, the West though, I'm looking at it. Yeah, the LA Clippers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's gonna be a good, interesting one. Yeah. But I hate to say this, it's not gonna be good enough at all. And I mean, not at all. Because just for them playing there now, if it would have been, I'm gonna say this, if it would have been like the Denver Nuggets, Minnesota or something like that sitting there doing that, but in that, you know what I'm saying, that 1 in 8 place or something like that,
Yeah.
then I can see that being a competitive one. You feel what I'm saying?
But it ain't gonna be no damn tomato cans. I know that.
No, ain't no, hell no, ain't no tomato cans in that one. That gonna be a damn fight in that one. You have a dog in that fight in that one. But that damn LA Clipper one, that's gonna be a terrible one. I like to see LA. I would like to see the Clippers get in there. Don't get me wrong.
Gotcha.
But it's not about just getting in there. It's about what you gonna do when you get up there and play with OKC or say the Spurs or something like that. If you was in those spaces, like, you know damn well, it's no chance in hell really at that point, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I'm not gonna sit up here and play with myself and just say, "Oh shoot, man, it's gonna be a good game watching them in that one." Hell no, I know it ain't gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a damn. It's gonna be a ass whooping all the way through that whole series. But yeah, OKC playing against the LA Clippers. That's what it looked like right now. Now, like somebody said in the chat, not LA, but the Golden State Warriors, they do still have a chance. I think they're only like maybe a game or two back behind the Clippers right now to be in the playoff spot, kind of in the 8th spot. But regardless if you in that 8th or 7th spot, you kind of still fighting in the you're still fighting in that the what's the name joint, bro? The playoff the play-in, I mean, not the playoffs, the play-in.
Yeah.
So none of those teams are safe, really. We're gonna say that.
But in all honesty, I don't really see a good game coming with Golden State. Like I respect the fans and all that and how they like them, but I don't see there being a good competitive game if they line up against OKC. You know what I mean? I see a blowout in a consistent manner from game to game. Now with LA Clippers, I see they'll give them a run for their money because I would say LA Clippers would get blown out if they had Williams out there playing.
Yeah.
If Williams was playing, it'll be a shutout for a lot of teams. But Williams on the sideline injured, we ain't gonna see him no time soon. So to see this lineup right now with OKC and LA Clippers, I think that will be a good battle with the people that's there. Like right now, I see that being a good battle, man. That's just how I see it. I just want to see what Kawhi gonna do. Is Kawhi gonna go back to the Raptor days?
I don't see it, bro.
To where, hey man,
I'm gonna be honest, because one thing I'm gonna say, Kawhi, he's playing some great basketball right now. But it's always that question: how long can he withstand that, man? Because the thing is about Kawhi, we always know him for being a great defensive player too. On the other end,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's the other problem. So it's kind of like offensively, he's been killing. Defensively, it's like, oh shit, like bro, we want that too. And in order for that team to compete, especially against OKC, he got to be that defensive machine that we used to see. But
I that's why I'm telling you that, because you got to look at Kawhi is one of those players now where I feel that he kind of holds back. You know what I mean? You got to understand that he's been going through those having those games off, and you know what I mean, doing all the little stuff to preserve himself.
Yeah.
So I feel when he gets into the playoffs, it's going to be a totally different side of Kawhi you're going to see, especially in the first phase of the series. Now, you know what I mean? Hopefully he can hold up throughout the whole series. But the first phase of it, I think you're going to see a whole different Kawhi on both sides of the court. I think he just kind of he only plays at a certain percent because he knows right now we're sitting in the 8th spot. And the potential is you still got to do the play in. That's the thing. So if you're still sitting there by the time the playoffs come around, you got to do the play in. That's when you're gonna see him start gearing up for the playoff series. That's leading ahead. So once I see a different side of Kawhi in the play in, if they in the play in, or if they, you know what I mean, move to where they are not in the play in. But if they are in the play in, which pretty much gonna happen. If he plays at a whole nother level on both sides of the floor, you're gonna see a whole different playoff game, man. Especially the series leading against OKC.
But that's what I was saying. Like defensively, if we can get that Kawhi that we know that plays that defense, he changes the whole landscape of that playoff spot right there with them in OKC. Because you can put Kawhi on goddamn Shea, and man, you're gonna cause havoc.
For sure.
You're gonna cause
For
havoc,
sure.
bro.
That's the person you really got to hold. Like I said, Shea is a walking 30, walking 40 easily if you want to be. But you know what I mean. His cast, the players around him too, they're good too. So I can't deny that. Anybody else that have came off the bench, man, them dudes they have performed. Like whatever they got going on over there, man, they almost like one of those top tier high schools or colleges, man, because they breeding out some great players, man.
Mm-hmm.
Or they just finding some. They have a great coach that knows how to find placements and how to put players in at the same time. And you know what I mean, and allow that chemistry to work within the game. You know what I mean, because that junk is big too. You know what I mean. I mean, when you had your team and things like that, and we switched over into coaching and making the right calls and the right trade, not the right trades, but the right calls and the right subs at the right time.
Yeah.
Man, that can change a whole game because you can put two players in that does not work together, and it can become a devastating situation. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, they just got a good coaching staff that know how to mix and match players well, man, and put them in at the same time, and man, they all produce. So
yeah. But like I said though, it's gonna be that. That would be interesting if we get that Kawhi back though. But outside of that, everything else that we talking about though is kind of like it's wishful thinking.
But I rather speak on it now and look at and see it then. Like, damn, you know what I mean? I rather have that good faith that he's gonna play up the par leading into the playoff right now.
And listen. All I got to say, I know the Clippers gonna get their ass handed to. That's all I know. I can see that happen. They're gonna get their ass handed to.
Okay.
So it is what it is with the Clippers in that case of the playoff with that. Even if Kawhi can get us half of what we know of him on the defensive end, bro, I think that still it'll be a nice little, you know what I'm saying, change of how that outcome of those games gonna turn into in the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't think he's gonna do that. I think offensively he's gonna bring it, but defensively I don't think we're gonna get that Kawhi at this moment. But on to the next. So that 2-7 spot. That 2-7 spot, you got the San Antonio Spurs, and then you got the Phoenix Suns at 7. You got the San Antonio Spurs at the 2, you got Phoenix Suns at the 7. Now this one right here, I'm just gonna say it's possibly it's gonna be a damn sweep, or it's gonna be a gentleman sweep, or it could go 4-2. But we know this, who coming out of there? San Antonio's coming out of that one, definitely.
Yeah, but that's gonna be a sweep.
And my thing is about San Antonio. My thing is about San Antonio, they really, really got to I'm gonna say this, they got a juggernaut team, bro. They don't have a team where you can really hit some weaknesses what they got over there. They really don't have no weaknesses over there.
Mm-hmm.
And they all play together. Like this ain't no team that you got one guy that can go get you 30 and that's it. No, you got some guys that's gonna hit probably 25 and 30 any night randomly.
Mm-hmm.
But they all play together as a team, and they don't mind letting somebody else get theirs off if they got it.
Yeah.
But shit, they usually have at least like 2, 3, or 4 players who got them getting theirs off in the midst of the damn game most of the time. So it's like shit, you don't even know which one to damn deal with.
Yeah.
And then with Victor Wembanyama being the type of guy he is, he gonna be doing all the craziest, freakiest stuff in the games all damn game with the rebounds and block shots and alley-oop, you know what I'm saying, dunks and stuff he be catching, and then running the break and the way how he do the stuff when he doing the game, he's just gonna change the whole trajectory of the game any damn way.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make it. Does honestly, anybody who playing the Spurs, I'm just gonna say this: you're gonna catch hell. You're gonna catch hell. That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it plain and simple for this one. I feel it's gonna be a sweep, but you know what I mean. If everybody is healthy leading into the playoffs, now the only thing I'm excited to see is Darren Fox have an opportunity to be in contention for a championship because it's been hard for him with Sacramento. So I'm finally happy to see him play with a contending team. So I want to see how he elevate his game in the playoffs even more. So that's my take on that. That just keeping it plain and simple. Because Phoenix, you know what I mean, surprising you in the seven spot. But I think however it's going to go, they're going to want to. Nobody want to get in that 7th spot to play against the Spurs. I don't think nobody want an opportunity to get in that 7th spot.
Not to start in that first round.
Yeah,
they gonna be on their shit first round. Trust and believe that.
Yeah.
It says yes, sir. The Clippers, the oldest team, is the oldest team in the league. Oh, that's Rob. What's up, Rob? My boy Rob up in the down in the chat. I see you, boy. Yeah, but the Spurs, not the Spurs, but the Clippers. They are the oldest team in the league. Well, I'm not gonna say they the oldest. They somewhat around there, but they ain't the oldest. The oldest team is Sacramento. Goddamn it. At this point, anyway. But as far as we talk about.
Robino, that's the Citizen Home, man. Sacramento is for the for the retirees.
Yeah. Sacramento is about the damn near the oldest team in the league right now. But I'm gonna say this though, the Clippers though, and we gonna knock back on these Clippers again. The Clippers though, they just we gonna say this for the playoffs. They might be one of the oldest teams in the playoffs, which I really don't see what chances they got really with OKC as much. If, like I said, if Kawhi be the player that we know he can be, it changes that whole round right there against OKC. If he can lock up on defense and bring that same offense he's doing, it changed that for them in the playoffs. But I just don't see it happening. So honestly, like I said, it's wishful thinking. We just gonna not even worry about them, really. Honestly, I just see them getting either they getting swept or it's a gentleman sweep over there too. But San Antonio though, I'm just gonna say this. Any team that they're playing against in these playoffs is a most likely it's going to be a sweep or a gentleman sweep. Most likely. That's how good they are right now. Yes, OKC is sitting in number one right now at this point, but San Antonio, they're the best team in the league.
They are, but you can't count out playoff LeBron. Man. I'm sorry.
We can skip over to San Antonio and the Phoenix part.
Yeah,
I already know.
I ain't gonna let you say all that because you got.
But we finna go to the Lakers now.
Yeah,
I'm a Laker fan while LeBron there, but I'm gonna say this: the Lakers right now, they hot right now. Don't get me wrong. The last 10 games, they 8-2 right now. Which, like I said, they look good. Luka and Reeves, and LeBron, all them playing together now. They look good now. Hopefully this transition over into the playoffs where it looks even better for them and they can, you know what I'm saying, they can do something. You know what I mean? Because right now, what I'm seeing is you see Luka, he's dropping these 40s and 50s and in these 35-point games and you know what I'm saying, about 9 and 10 assists. And then you got Reeves, he doing his thing with 35 and you got LeBron, he doing his thing. He's getting like 18 or maybe 20 here or whatever, but LeBron's actually contributing in other areas that actually help the team right now, which that makes it even better. But I think LeBron been doing that most of the season though. So the thing is, to me, it's all about if they can do that every game.
Right.
If they can do that every game when they're in the playoffs, it makes a big difference. That's all it is. If they can really do this every game in the playoffs, it makes a big difference. Then I could see them not having a problem when it comes down to if they do run into San Antonio in the next rounds or whatever rounds it is, they'll meet San Antonio.
So you know what I mean? What you said the Lakers are in the 4th spot?
The Lakers in number 3. So
number 3.
In that 3 spot, you got the Lakers
who
will be playing.
Who in the 6?
So the Lakers will be playing the 6th team. So they'll be playing Minnesota. So we'll be watching this whole shit again with Minnesota again against the Lakers in the first round. It's gonna be another replay of what we've seen in the playoffs a couple of times already with Lakers and Minnesota. But I really think Lakers got an edge in this one this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the fact, no matter that, the Lakers are playing the way they are playing, and then now they got DeAndre Ayton. If DeAndre, and I'm gonna say this, I'm glad I brought his ass up. If DeAndre Ayton just buckle down, quit complaining about this playing like Clint Capella shit, bruh. Nobody's not saying you have to play like Clint Capella. Nobody's not saying you have to play like him. But if you give the same effort like Clint Capella did, if you give the same effort rebounding, catching the lob plays, those type of things, like even some block shots every here now and then, whatever it is, we can get that from you, bro. You actually make the team a lot better. Offensively, you do have a okay offensive game, bro. But if we can get that doggone, that extra energy from you on those parts I just said, that actually make the Lakers look like a team that's contending for a championship. You actually make them look like one.
Yeah. Because your ass ain't gonna survive with Hayes. Hayes is not gonna get you there coming out there.
Don't get me wrong, Hayes is I like Hayes though.
I don't.
I like Hayes. Hayes actually get out there and he really he gives the energy that LA needs when he's out there. They actually play a lot better when he's out there though. But the problem is, as an actual big, he's still undersized as a big.
Correct. And he's still trying to find his game in the league. Like, you know what I mean? He's just highly athletic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He just got to find his lane on what he's trying to do in the league. Because sometimes he's just out there. I don't know. Chemistry there to me when he goes into the playoff, I don't think it's going to work. But he does get the effort on defense. And he does do the cleanup work.
That's what I'm saying.
I give him that.
He's definitely what LA needs. But the thing is, with DeAndre Ayton being the player that he should be, like I said, he was a first overall draft pick, bro. It's not like he never actually put up the numbers that at some point it looked good. Like when he was in he was with the Phoenix Suns. He was putting up decent numbers. He was putting up some good numbers.
Yeah, Portland was.
But we do need that from him in LA now. We need that same DeAndre Ayton, at least that one anyway.
Yeah.
But if you can't give us that, it's like, bro, what was the purpose of you coming, bro? We need, that's what the Lakers need, bro. But other than that, though, them playing against Minnesota in these playoffs in the first round, this one's gonna be the one I think is gonna make a lot of noise as far as the playoffs entertainment part of it.
Yeah.
Because I don't see, I'm gonna put it like this, bro. I don't see where it's gonna be a letdown for all the fans to watch that one.
No, it's not. It's not.
Because on the Minnesota side, you got Anthony Edwards, which, like I said, MVP talks, all this other shit going on. He putting up these crazy numbers every night.
Yeah.
You got Rudy Gobert over there, which, like I said, hopefully he doesn't get this defensive player of the year shit. Hey, listen, I really want Wemby to get it, bro, because honestly, Wemby been doing an amazing job this year. Rudy Gobert, I get it, bro. You do an okay job on the defensive end, but to me, it's to the point. It's like, bro, you don't got it every year, and honestly, I don't think they're taking a hard look at some of these other players out there either, though. You know what I mean? It just seems like they're just giving the Rudy Gobert because he's been getting it with the same numbers every year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you got to think about it, man. The stats don't lie. Shit.
Stats, we gonna say stats don't lie, but what I'm just saying is,
if Wemby can, you know, keep himself from being injured or not have any mishaps where injury comes along, man, it just his health is what's jeopardizing that situation for him. But like I said, right now, if he keep playing the way he playing, there's no question that he's going to get it. You know what I mean? There's no question that he's going to get it. I can't even goddamn hate on Rudy Gobert. Like,
I'm not even hating
it's
on
an
him.
unattractive way of getting the defensive
That's
player of the year
that's
each
all
year.
I'm saying. It's kind of hard to talk about a defensive player of the year when I'm watching the games and I'm just like, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But some way he's getting the job done some kind of way, but it just don't seem like it when you watching him play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When Wemby get out there, oh, I see it. I see it. It's like, bro, oh hell no. You can tell Wemby out there, goddamn, he's getting to it on the defensive end.
Yeah, he changed the trajectory of the game. But
see, but Rudy Gobert is just more like, I don't know if it's his energy or his motor. I'm gonna say that because it's one of the ones I just look at and I be like, bro, I just need you to goddamn go low. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you what it is, Rudy Gobert for me. I'm just gonna be real. I'm gonna tell you what it is for me. The offensive end when I'm watching his ass play makes me look at him like, bro, you literally at the rim, bro. And I'm gonna say this: watching him play, and my wife said the same thing. That boy got some goddamn butterfingers I've ever seen, bro. I've ever seen.
But
I be like, bro,
it's defensive player of the year, dog.
Yeah, but we talking about the defensive player, but his damn offense, bro. That shit irritate me so bad, bro. Watching him goddamn do the shit he do on the offensive end, and then you go watch the defensive end. It's like, damn, defensive end, bro. You ain't bad on the defensive end. It just shit don't look good, bro. It's like, oh, I don't see it, bro. I don't see it in the game sometimes. So I just be like, okay, bro. Yeah, I get it all. The dude 7 foot goddamn three, whatever it is, bro. He does goddamn he does turn around certain shots from the rim and everything.
Yeah.
But it just, bro, it just ain't man.
But it's just slow, man. Like I say, it's a non-sexy way of getting it. You know what I mean? And then you got to think about it, like his effort looks sluggish. It doesn't look like, you know, that's like now I can give you that's the tomato can of defensive effort. You know what I'm saying?
Mercy.
Because you got to think about it. That's he still played within the old fashioned scheme of defense as a big man. Like he's a true big man to his core. He's gonna clean up. He's just gonna run straight up and down. He's not even gonna run side to side. He's gonna run straight up and down. He's gonna run baseline to baseline, free throw line to free throw line. And that's what he's looking for. He's looking for the drop off. He's looking for the feed. And then on defensive end, he's gonna go back on defense and run a straight line to the free throw and sit right there and goddamn have his hands up once you run there and never move. You know what I mean? Might well say they run like a goddamn 2-3 scheme with him. Shit.
I'm just gonna say this, bro. The Minnesota Timberwolves, bro, they're gonna give the Lakers a hard ass time. But it just like I said, if LeBron, Austin Reeves, and Luka Doncic play the way that they've been playing these last 10 games, and the way they've been looking together since they've been out there playing these last 10 games, bruh, sky's the limit for them in the playoffs, bruh. It's gonna be a very interesting playoff, especially that slot right there.
Yeah, that's a great matchup.
That 3 and 6 spot, that's gonna be the one.
Mm-hmm. You got Julius Randle. Julius Randle matching up against LeBron. You know what I mean? But you got Austin Reeves matching up against McDaniels. Everybody, it's only thing that's going to kill the Lakers if Luka come with that slouchy ass defense.
But that's the problem though. If Luka, this is what I'm gonna say. If you lack whatever you lack in defense, you have to make up in offense a whole hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
That means if you gonna fuck around and give up 20 points on your end because your defense is not where it's supposed to be, then that means we need an extra 20 points or 25 points from you. You may average 25, but we need another extra 25 from you because you like the other end of that defense over there that we need from you.
Yeah. But you know what? Them acquiring Marcus Smart. Now I just thought about it. Now that will be a good way to switch out and play up against Anthony Edwards. Because you know he a pest.
Yeah,
he might have got age on him. He might not be as fast as he is, but he's almost a Draymond Green of that shooting guard position. Because he's gonna do whatever it takes to get under your skin. So that was a good pickup to go into the playoffs with. Like now I think about it, that's gonna be a good series, man. That's gonna be a great series. You know what I mean? And then they got people that come off the bench that can still be effective. Like you got Nas Reed. Man, that dude there is still a good walking bucket too.
Now Nas Reed, he's another one. Now he's a game changer too as well. Like I said, I think with them type players like that, it's all about being consistent. A lot of times, you know what I'm saying, at times, especially when they need them. Because Nas Reed, I'm gonna say this: he one of them type of dudes that they do give them buckets in places when they really desperately need a bucket.
Yeah,
that's the only scary thing about him being out there. Like when they give him the ball in like some clutch moments, he's been hitting some big ass shots. That's my thing with him. But a lot of times he missed a lot of big shots too. So it's just like 50-50 with him sometimes. But but for the most part though, Nas Reed, he shows up a lot.
Yeah.
So but other than that Laker, like I said, that 3 and 6 spot, that's gonna be a very interesting doggone spot right there. I tell you that for that first round, that's gonna be a good one there. We're gonna go on to the next one. So we got that 4 and 5 spot. You know, this is the one. This is gonna be the one in this Western Conference. At 4 and 5 spot. Houston Rockets at 4. You got Denver Nuggets at 5. Now, the only reason why this is gonna be very interesting, that I think anyway, is because we know what the Rockets lineup look like. We know what it looks like. Majority of their starters on their lineup is every bit about 6'8" and up, or 6'9" and up. Now the Denver Nuggets, on the other hand, they still got damn near their team almost looked the same like they had when they won. But no, I ain't gonna say all of them looked the same when they won the championship. But you got majority of those guys that they came back, like Bruce Brown, he's back. So because he went to I think he went to the Nets, and I think I think he ended up going back into free agents or something like that, and he ended up coming back to Denver. So getting those type of key players back in Denver, and then you got Aaron Gordon, he's back. Now I don't know if he's 100% or not, but he's back. And then you got Jamal Murray. I think then he made the All-Star team this year. Jamal Murray.
Not sure.
I can't remember, but for him having a year he had this year, that's another one. So you got a lot of threat, and I ain't mentioned Jokic for a reason yet, because we obviously know what Jokic is gonna do. That's just the big thing for them right there. Like a walking triple double, you know it's gonna happen. But other than that, they got a nice little loaded team over there.
Right.
But I really do think Houston is going to give them a problem because, like I said, Houston has size. And then you got KD on the other end over there with Houston. And Houston is young. They young, man. They going to get up and down with you too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Houston is one of them teams that I kind of be like, they can do something to play. Honestly, Houston actually could be one of them teams that we talking about with the OKC and the San Antonio stuff right now.
Yeah.
But the problem is with Houston, though, it's kind of like they need a point guard. And they ain't got a point guard still, to me.
Yeah.
If they had a real legit point guard, that team they'll be a solid team right now. But
I believe so. Yeah.
But as long as I keep seeing KD coming down, he got to be the one that kind of orchestrate the offense and distribute and do all this other stuff. Listen, y'all know KD, man, 38 years old. You putting a lot more miles on this man to do his job that he's supposed to do. His job is to go out and give you buckets. That's his job. His job to go out there to give you buckets. Now he got to go down and bring the ball down and, you know what I'm saying, distribute through the offense, to run the offense and all this other stuff and everything else. I've been seeing him do the last couple of games. It's like, bro, that take away from what he's supposed to be doing. And that's why we be seeing most games where we see him come down, he's showing his age. Because he's doing a lot. Doing a lot, bro.
Yeah. He is. But you know what I mean? I wonder if that's something that he was willing to take on anyway as a challenge. You know what I mean? Because
I don't know about that.
You just gotta make, like, for me, it gotta make sense. Like, you know what I mean? It had to be some other people in free agency they could have picked up. Or, you know what I mean? It's plenty of point guards out there they could have gave an opportunity to orchestrate that offense. You know what I mean? But so happily, KD want to be the man and control the offense or whatnot. You know, and looking at that situation with Houston, and I'm going against Denver, it's really a good game because, like I said, they got some young dogs anyway. So whether or not he is orchestrating that whole offense on the defensive end, you got enough dogs on your defensive end that's going to at least make up for what you lack on defense. And still got to give it to KD now. Still play some real good defense.
Yeah.
And playoff KD, he's on a whole different level too. So, you know what I mean? As looking at the playoffs on the Western side, that's like how you've been speaking about just recently and putting the teams together. Man, this is going to be a great playoff season.
The playoffs are going to be lit.
Goodness,
I'll tell you that right now. It's going to be lit. But I'm going to say this, though. I'm still watching them teams down in that 6 and 7 and 8 spot. That's the part that's going to be the real interesting stuff in the Eastern Conference. Because, like I said, we still talking about Charlotte still there. You still got the 76ers sitting there. You got to think about it, bro. That right there, something will get shook up right there these last couple of games.
Yeah.
And I can just see it.
But them 76ers, I think they kind of done. You know what I mean? With the injuries and all that went on. And it's consistent, man.
Now, if Charlotte can keep winning the rest of their games all the way until the end of the season, I think they can slide in that 8th spot or move up at least to the 9th spot because they're 34 and 34 right now. And that's why I'm kind of questioning. Yeah, they in like, what this is? They in 10th spot. So
with the play in, that's what, 7, 8.
I think it's the 9th and 10th that plays the 7th and 8th. I think.
So as long as they stay right there, they okay. I think
they good, but still though, it's just like you want to be that team that's sitting literally up in that you want to be that team that's sitting in that spot where it's that 5th and 6th to a certain extent. You kind of want to be sitting in that 5th and 6th spot.
Because you know what I mean?
No, because you're guaranteed to be in there. You ain't got to worry about what they worrying about. That 7 and 8 spot, sometimes nothing wrong with being in 7 and 8, but you still gonna have to worry about trying to stay in and not lose to these damn teams for the damn playoff spot. The play,
we talking about Charlotte though. We talking about Charlotte that's been underperforming the last couple of years, and they're finally getting their stride together. So, you know what I mean? Any opportunity to even have an opportunity to get in the playoffs is beneficial at this point. Shit, you know what I mean? I don't imagine how happy Michael Jordan is right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like, man, it's been a downward spiral since they went back to Charlotte. So, you know what I mean? I really feel like to even have an opportunity to play to get in there, and luckily they got it set up that way with the play in for them to get an opportunity to play in. You know what I mean? In the chat, just let me know how y'all still like that that type of series or that playoff regimen they got going on now with the play-in. Like, do y'all like that, or is that too much for the league? Is that stretching out the games too long? Please tell me in the chat if that's something y'all still love or is something y'all dislike and didn't like it from the jump. You know what I mean? I would love to know.
Okay, so you got somebody in the chat that said their name is Chaz is back, baby. Says Wemby has a weird recovery practice. The man said the man eats his own egg to strengthen his bones. Oh, shit.
Eat what?
Eats his own egg to strengthen his bones. That's kind of weird. I don't know what.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you one thing: if the shit works,
I'm about to say whatever he doing, whatever he doing is working for him. Because hey, but you know his nickname is the Alien. So hell, he doing weird shit just in general anyway. So I wouldn't be surprised he is doing some weird recovery stuff to keep him healthy during the season now.
Man, with sports players, like any type of remedy that's going to fast forward the recovery, man, it can be the oddest thing, man. They might be in the house doing handstands for a couple of hours a day just to, you know what I mean, get their body neutral.
Mm-hmm.
They would do that just because it works. And you know what I mean? Sometimes you can't walk away from what works, even though that shit might be weird as hell.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? If it keeps Wemby, you know, consistently playing and hopefully get him the defensive player of the year, all kudos to him. All kudos, but we appreciate the comment.
They said, but the man's own egg, man, I don't know, man. That shit sound crazy, whatever that is. That's the first I heard that one. But like I said, for him to be, like I said, the type of player he is and the type of freaking stuff he be doing while he's playing, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of his stuff that he do is different. Like y'all seen when he cut his damn hair. y'all seen that when they cut their hair.
Yeah.
So it was like, shoot, just doing stuff like that, and it works for him.
Right. Not even that. I don't give a damn if he eat the damn skin off a basketball for breakfast.
Oh, you sound stupid.
If that shit got his ass playing the way he playing, by all means. You know what I mean? By all means, like, you gotta think about it, man. The dude is entertaining. The dude is playing at a high level. And like I said, he's a freakish athlete, something we ain't never seen. So I ain't never seen nobody eat his own egg. I don't know the understanding of eating his own egg, but if that's something that he's doing, then by all means, man, you know what I mean? I don't see him do it in no game because he's showing up slapping the hell out of some basketball. He eating up somebody's jump shot. So,
boy, you stupid, boy. Pause. You gotta say pause on that, boy.
Man, I'm not worried about no pause.
You gotta say pause
on
that, bro.
I'm not none of these folks out here who worry about all that, man. I know my
boy, I say pause, boy.
Man, I'm about to be like,
boy. You say pause,
I'm about to be like Mano on here, man. I ain't trying to hear that, man. Look, get all that pause, man. I said what I said, man. I ain't with all that other stuff, man. You can take all the other stuff elsewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, you stupid, boy. That's funny as hell.
Keep a straight line here, man. We ain't gonna curve all nothing. Keep it straight, just like Rudy Gobert. Free throw to free throw. Straight line.
I don't want nothing like Rudy Gobert. That motherfucker there. But either way, though, that's the West and Eastern Conference playoffs that we did basically a picture of the review what it looks like right now. If the playoffs was today, we finna go on to the next one, man. So we finna get to the main thing. I know this. If you ain't from the city, you may know. If you is from the city, you do know. All right, so the NBA officially canceled the Atlanta Hawks Magic City night on March the 9th, 2026, following the widespread backlash from the league stakeholders. Basically, that's what they're saying. The event originally was scheduled for March 16th, which is tomorrow. during the game against the Orlando Magic was intended to celebrate the iconic cultural institution of famous Atlanta strip club, as we all know, Magic City.
Mm-hmm.
So, despite that they canceled everything, though, they still doing the T.I. performance.
Mm-hmm.
They still doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you say that's a bright side to it, but then you got to think about it. T.I. wouldn't be doing the performance if it wasn't for the actual event they supposed to been doing.
Right.
They also doing, well, they're not doing the merchandise there at all. So they're not selling none of the merchandise there at all. So
Mm-hmm.
so basically what they got to do to get the merchandise as far as for this particular event or was supposed to be an event, they have to order it online or something like that.
Right.
The food, they still got the food going, but it's not the Magic City food promotion. So they're not doing that. They scrapped that, but they say they got their own wings. So it really don't matter. They still going, but they stand the menu. So it really don't matter. They gonna do their own little thing.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing, so they was gonna do a podcast as well
Mm-hmm.
with the actual founder of Magic City, but that has been canceled. So all of this has been canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing they're doing that's sticking is the T.I. performance. And shoot, that's about it, really. So everything that was supposed to happen is not happening now. And they said most of the issue was the complaints that came from two players that I did see they put the names on there. Cornette that plays with the San Antonio Spurs and Al Horford. But it wasn't Atlanta Hawks who wanted to stop it though. They're saying it was the NBA itself that wanted to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically Atlanta Hawks, they was all with it.
Yeah.
So it's the NBA itself.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of odd to me because, like I said, I was interested in seeing what was going to happen. See that they canceled out everything entirely, other than the performance. It's kind of weird because I thought they were going to at least surprise me, or maybe hopefully that night they might surprise you and still sell some merch or whatever the case may be. But seeing that they ain't gonna have any of those things present, not even the lemon pepper steppers, you know what I mean? That's the crazy thing. But it's crazy enough to see as well that on Prize Pick they still promoting that. You know what I mean? Prize Pick, you can go on there and see that they still speak on Magic City with some of the way they advertise it with your picks. So it's kind of odd to me how it's still getting supported in different forms of fashion. You know what I mean? It's weird to me that they cancel it. I don't know what's the issue. We already understand one of the issues, but I wonder or curious if it was done with a different company or a different business. Would it be frowned upon as much as it is? You know what I mean? Like I said before, you seen Playboy be advertised in so many forms of fashion where they had TV shows and everything about Playboy. Hugh Hefner was a big thing.
Yeah.
You know, and you had other things that like you got Hooters. That's a franchise company. Although they might not walk around nude, but you know what I mean, you still displaying women. You know what I mean? You still kind of displaying the figure of a woman. So those things there, then you got to think about how the game looks, where you still have cheerleaders, it's still sexualized in its own way. So I really don't understand why they got canceled out. I was very interested to see if it was going to become a thing and become one of the culture things that happen in Atlanta, at least for one night. Hopefully, you know what I mean, they rethink it and next year they come up with some better ideas to where it can be done in a safe manner and done in a respectful manner where everybody can kind of enjoy it, you know. Because I think that one adult night right there would have been a great thing. You know, I think that would have been a great idea, or was a great idea for Atlanta.
like I said, man, like I said before, I thought it was a good idea because at least you give the adults at least one night out the year, at least, or out the season. I didn't see no problem with that being a thing. So, bro, you like rap? Of course, I like rap. Let me get back to it. Oh, okay. I think it's on here somewhere on the stream. I can't see it right now. You see, just like and subscribe for us, though, bro. We appreciate it, man. Just like and subscribe for us, man. Definitely. On Spotify, man. Okay. I'll check it out, bro. Just put it down in the comments. I'll check it out. Basically, I thought it was a good idea because for me, I literally thought, like, if you can get those one night out of the year, bro, just one night, I thought that would have been cool. And then get them a different look at something else too, as well. You know what I mean? And then for the Atlanta Hawks being on this win streak they've been on, I think they lost today. On this win streak they've been on and going into the playoffs, they give them something that got something kind of like celebrate at least. You know what I'm saying? Because like we know how the playoffs is, bro. Everybody can't win, so you know how that go. But at least give the fans something to feel good about when they come to the games. At least you know what I'm saying, a couple of times out the doggone season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in the case of the matter with all that going on, it's like, bro, let's be real, bro. End of the day, it's other stuff that's going on behind that. I'm pretty sure that made them not want to do it. I'm not gonna say on it, but at the end of the day, they cancel it. So it's kind of like I told you, I really wanted to see it, and that's why I kept saying, hopefully they actually do it. So it was always a toss up if it was going to actually happen, but it seemed like they had something already mapped out, and it was official at some point already because the way how the schedule looked and how they was promoting it, everything looked good, bro.
For sure.
But I guess it was too many people complaining about something, or I ain't gonna say too many people complaining about it. I guess it was some concerns that the NBA had as far as the backlash they felt like they was gonna get maybe.
Yeah.
So that's
you gotta
about
protect
it.
the shield, like they say. You gotta protect the shield, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we about to get up out of here, bro. We appreciate everybody that was in here today, man. This was a pretty good show today, man. Like we keep telling y'all, when you go back and watch the show, like and subscribe to the show. It helps with the visibility of the show. Like I said, we appreciate everybody that came in today, man. Definitely. Hey, applause to y'all, man. Y'all make this show what it is every time we get on it. So
yeah, man, we appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. I mean, we appreciate all the likes and things, man. Y'all subscribe. You know what I mean? We can't wait to see y'all on the next episode.
Yep, man. This is the Not Forcing Vibes show. Hey, we out of here, bro. Peace.